21,000 as the Israeli aggression intensifies. And more than 22 billion Omani riyals is the value of local liquidity by the end of last October. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq received a cable of thanks from His Highness Sheikh Mish'al Al-Ahmed Al-Jabir Al-Sabah, Emir of Kuwait, in reply to His Majesty's global cable of greetings on the occasion of him assuming the reins of power in his country. His Excellency General Sultan Mohammed Al-Na'mani, Minister of the Royal Office, reviewed with the progress of bilateral relations between the Sultan of Oman and the Republic of the Philippines during his meeting today with His Excellency Raul Hernandez, the accredited ambassador of the Republic of the Philippines to the Sultanate of Oman. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial conversation about the number of areas of joint cooperation and discussed a number of matters of common interest and ways to develop them. The Shura Council office reviewed the decision to form a temporary committee regarding the job seekers file in the Sultanate of Oman and the draft agenda of the Council's next session. This came during the first annual round of meeting of the office for the 10th period. The meeting also focused on the reply of the Council of Ministers regarding the study of the future of frankincense trees in the Governorate of Dhofar, in addition to the report of the delegation participating in the training program for Youth Parliament, which was held through video conference. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Al-Mauli, Chairman of the Shura Council. The Foreign Ministry issued a statement as follows. The Sultan of Oman expressed its sympathy with the government of Japan after the earthquake that hit Japan yesterday. The Sultan of Oman also expressed its condolences to the families of the victims, along with his wishes of quick recovery for the injured. Residents of the small town in Japan are cleaning up the aftermath of the deadly earthquake that brought small tsunami waves that damaged some homes. A series of powerful earthquake hit western Japan, leaving at least 48 people dead and damaging thousands of buildings, vehicles and boats, with officials warning people in some areas today to stay away from their homes because of the risk of more strong quakes. A 7.6 tremor slammed the area yesterday afternoon. Water, power and cell phone service was still down in some areas, and residents worried about their destroyed homes and uncertain futures. Also in Japan, all 379 passengers and crew of Japan Airlines miraculously escaped from fire following a collision with a Coast Guard aircraft at Tokyo's Haneda Airport today. But local media said most of the Coast Guard plane crew had died. The Coast Guard said the collision involved one of the planes that was headed to Niigata Airport on Japan's west coast to deliver aid to those caught up in a powerful earthquake that struck on New Year's Day, killing at least 48 people. 5 of the 6 crew of the Coast Guard aircraft have died. Public broadcaster NHK reported a Coast Guard spokesman earlier that 5 of the crew were unaccounted for but the captain had escaped. Health Ministry in Gaza said today the death toll of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip has risen to 21,978, with 57,697 others injured after the outbreak of the Israeli-Hamas conflict on October 7th. Ministry spokesman Ashraf al-Qidra said in a press statement that the Israeli army killed 156 Palestinians and wounded 246 others in Gaza Strip during the past 24 hours. The Israeli Defense Forces said they have been expanding military operations in southern Gaza. In addition, they conducted several airstrikes on the Gaza Strip as well. Al-Qassam Brigades, the armed wing of Hamas, said on Monday that in the past 48 hours they attacked 26 Israeli military vehicles that entered Gaza. Al Jazeera reported that 625,000 students in enclave are unable to go to school based on the data provided by the Palestinian Ministry of Education. The ministry says since the outbreak of this round of conflict, about 4,000 students were killed, with over 7,000 injured, besides more than 210 teachers and faculty staff lost their lives. As of mid-December in 2023, a total of 352, or about 70% of school buildings across Gaza have been damaged by Israeli strikes, per United Nations data. Ukrainian officials said Russia fired scores of missiles and drones at the Ukrainian capital Kyiv and the northeastern city of Kharkiv today, killing at least 5 civilians, wounding dozens, and causing widespread damage. The third successive day of airstrikes on Ukraine followed a warning by President Vladimir Putin that a Ukrainian air attack on Russian city of Belgorod, which Moscow said killed 25 civilians, would not go unpunished. The Kyiv mayor, an elderly woman, had died in an ambulance after being wounded at the site. That 43 others people were hurt. However, Russia stepped up its missile and drone strikes on Ukraine on December 29th when it launched its largest air attack of the war, killing at least 39 people. Still to come on News Bulletin. The Ibri University of Technology and Applied Sciences marked the graduation of class of 2023-2024. Welcome back to the news. Now back here in the Sultanate, oil prices has jumped 1% today due to the turbulence in the Red Sea, with expectations of stimulating China's economy, the world's largest importer of crude. Brent crude rose by 2.4% to reach $78.85 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude was at $73.41 a barrel, recording an increase by 2.4%. It is expected that oil prices may be affected as demand increases in early February. Oman oil price March 2024 delivery reached $77.94 per barrel. Oman oil prices rose by 74 cents. The average price of Oman oil jumped in January 2024 delivery reached $83.17 per barrel, thus $6.62 lower than price of December 2024 delivery. More than 22 billion Omani riyals is the value of the local liquidity by the end of the last of October, with an increase by 10% compared to the same period in 2022. The National Center for Statistics and Information clarified that the total foreign assets in the Central Bank of Oman rose by 1.9%, recording more than 6.3 billion Omani riyals by the end of October 2023. CBO revealed that narrow money supply increased by 0.5% to reach around 5.6 billion Omani riyals. Private deposits at commercial banks in the Sultanate of Oman reached around 18.6 billion Omani riyals, recording an increase by 9%. Meanwhile, the total percentage of loans and financing rose by 5%, reaching around 30.4 billion Omani riyals. The actual exchange rate index of Omani Rial decreased by the end of October 2023, recording 118 points. The National Committee for Combating Narcotics and Psychotropic Substances confirmed the importance of unifying efforts to reduce the health and social harm resulting from drugs. This came during an introductory meeting in Al Brahmi Governorate discussing the objectives of the National Drug Control Strategy. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Said Hamad bin Ahmed Al Usaidi, Governor of Al Brahmi. Also in Al Brahmi, Industrial City signed an investment contract to establish a non-ferrous metal casting and smelting project. The project investment amounts to 2 million Omani Rials on an area estimated at 5,000 square meters. It is worth mentioning that Al Brahmi Industrial City during the last period witnessed the signing of the investment contracts and localizing a number of new projects. The University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Ibri held a ceremony to mark the graduation of the class of 2023-2024. The event was presided over by His Highness Said Nadir bin Mohammed Al Said. More details in the following report.
On a joyous evening, the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Ibri celebrated the graduation of 455 students who had successfully fulfilled the requirements for bachelor's degrees, higher diplomas, and diplomas. The atmosphere was filled with merriment as the graduates, families, and faculty members gathered to commemorate this special occasion.
I'm so proud to graduate from UTAS Ibri, which allows me to level up not only academic skills, but also life skills. I would like to thank my family and my lecturers who helped to achieving my goals. What's special about UTAS Ibri is that we have a chance to get a lot of practical training inside and outside the university.
We are celebrating on this graduation. Actually, today feelings are different because it's a result of what we have been through the last 5 years, and I have achieved what I aspire. I have been aspired since the childhood. Today, I'm getting a bachelor degree in electrical power engineering. The journey wasn't easy, but worth it. And I would thank all the people who has supported us.
Having devoted years to their studies, this moment brings together a wealth of memories and mixed emotions for the graduates. However, it is the sheer joy and excitement visible on their faces that truly convey the stories of their success and accomplishment.
What is better to start the year with than graduation? I don't have the words to express my feelings and excitement. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the students who marked the end of this journey. It is the end of the journey and the beginning of the new one. I would also extend my congratulations to my family and friends. Without their support, I wouldn't have tackled the challenges and overcame the difficulties. I wish everyone a bright future full of success, a happy moment last forever.
I feel very happy today because of my graduation, and I would like to thank my family and my friends, my teachers and my colleagues, and I wish good future for everybody.
153 graduates received their degrees from the College of Engineering and Technology, 152 from the College of Economics and Business Administration, and 150 from the College of Computer and Information Sciences. As they celebrate this accomplishment, the graduates eagerly anticipate discovering new paths and making valuable contributions to the prosperity of our cherished nation, Oman. From the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Ibri, Salih Al-Khalfan Al-Rahbi, Al-Dhahira, Governorate.
You're watching the Sultan of Oman television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultan of Oman expressed his sympathy with Japan after the earthquake that left several victims. The death toll of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip exceeds 21,000 as the Israeli aggression intensifies. And more than 22 billion Omani riyals is the value of local liquidity by the end of last October. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and myself, Suhail Al-Kindi, we wish you all the best of New Year 2024. Stay safe. Good night.